The Alabama Farmers Federation and the Alabama Farmers Cooperative proudly present Simply Southern with your hosts Jim Allen and Mary Johns.
Hello and welcome to Simply Southern. I'm Jim Allen.
And I'm Mary Johns. Whether it's sports or business, people are always working to become the best. Today we'll meet Alabama's top young farm family for 2018.
I like to see when a baby chicken comes to us, watching those chickens grow, watching that baby calf from the time it's born to one day be on a plate for the consumer.
Today we'll visit with a company in the business of creating what they call modern antiques.
It's all built with the intent that it will be here 100 years from now, not break down and you'll be throwing it out by the curb in 20 years.
Sidney Phelps is showing off a tool that can help make your garden grow, the Bonnie Plants mobile app. Is there any meal more Southern than fried chicken? Today, we're visiting Laverne's Chicken Shack, which you, our Simply Southern viewers, voted as the restaurant with Bama's best fried chicken.
What sustains us? Food? Family? Faith. Alabama farmers live those things every day. They conserve our resources, clothe our families, and fill our tables. They cultivate jobs for our communities and values for our future. Farmers grow it all, right here in Alabama.
There's no such thing as downtime when you own a farm. This is your land. You tend it and try to get the most from it, no matter the weather or time of day. It's been that way for generations. And for generations, your local quality co-op store has been there for you, with a full range of agriculture supplies and services, from feed to fertilizer, seed to grain storage, and the right hardware for any application. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
When it all started, there were 8 restaurants vying for the title of Bama's Best Fried Chicken, as decided by you, our Simply Southern viewers. The daily matchups on our Facebook page got a bit heated. After the dust settled, the Chicken Shack in Luverne was the final restaurant left standing. And today, we show you how this small-town icon earned the title of Bama's Best Fried Chicken. The city of Luverne might have a population under 3,000 people, but according to Simply Southern TV viewers, this small town is home to Alabama's best fried chicken at the Chicken Shack. It's located just off Highway 331, a roadway that often teems with beach-bound travelers. And when you add the appetite of locals to all those hungry sojourners, it equals more than 2,000 pounds of chicken being fried up and served to happy diners at the Chicken Shack every week.
The chicken, what makes it is just, it's being marinated. You know, it's a salt-based marinade, but there's some other stuff in there that we're not going to talk about, and that's what really makes it good. You know, and just sticking to the same recipe, not, you know, changing it.
So people know what to expect when they walk in the door.
They do, and once they've had it for the first time, they always come back.
The Chicken Shack earned the title of Bama's Best Fried Chicken in our Facebook contest, which pitted 8 nominated restaurants against each other in a tournament bracket.
We didn't know if we would get to the end. We always knew we had a good product, and we were just really overwhelmed and enjoyed by it.
We won one, and we won another one, and then got down to the last one, and you know, we're looking at our phones and trying to work, you know, like, can this thing just get it over with, you know? But we were very surprised, we were very happy.
As winners, the restaurant received a plaque and $300 from contest sponsors, the Alabama Poultry Producers, and the Alabama Poultry and Egg Association.
I go to a lot of national meetings, talk with people from other states, and I'm constantly, when I tell people I'm from Luverne, Alabama, they first bring up the Chicken Shack because they stop there on the way to the beach and on the way back. So I've talked to people from Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Minnesota, and they all know the Chicken Shack.
Of course, I had to see if the chicken would live up to its billing. And when it came time to taste test, it was obvious why thousands of viewers voted for the Chicken Shack. A perfectly crunchy breading with moist, salty chicken, I just didn't want to stop eating. And the good news is you can get your fried chicken fix 7 days a week at the Chicken Shack.
On Sundays, I cook chicken. I moved back over there, and It's like you start at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and if you don't just keep going, throw in there, pull it up, throw some on, you run out. So it's a hustle on Sundays. It's not a good day to come in tired.
The Chicken Shack has daily specials like chicken and dumplings every Tuesday, along with plenty of sides and desserts to round out a perfect Southern meal. Diners can sit a spell in the restaurant's dining room or place or pick up an order at the walk-up window. And no matter if the chicken is served in a box or on a plate, you're sure to enjoy Bama's best fried chicken at the Chicken Shack.
It's got a great taste. It's the same breader and same process ever since 1968. And it hadn't let anybody down. We're not going to change it.
Consistency. I've been eating here for over 40 years, and it's been the same for 40 years. And that's one of the best things that I can say about any restaurant. Inconsistency will put you out of business. Consistency and great taste has put Chicken Shack on the map.
And their staff has a lot to do with their success too, because it's like home. When you come to the Chicken Shack, the food is great, but it's also a family atmosphere. It's just the place to be.
What they have created is something that most restaurants cannot create. Atmosphere, good food, friendship, family. They'll always be successful as long as they keep that up.
Now, the other 7 finalists in this contest were Champy's in Muscle Shoals, Sam's Kitchen in Eufaula, Red's Little Schoolhouse in Grady, Charlotte's and Zach's, which are both in Dothan, Martin's in Montgomery, and Ruby's in Abbeville.
Now, all these restaurant owners got to know each other, but since the contest, Ruby's has had a kitchen fire.
They have, and the Chicken Shack owners actually reached out to Miss Ruby. And Miss Ruby, we're hoping that you're able to open back up soon and offer that good fried chicken to the people of Abbeville.
Good folks. When Simply Southern continues, we'll visit a shop that makes high-quality wood furniture. But trust me, this ain't something your Uncle Bob made in his garage.
The versatile peanut, meat of the earth, friend of the soil, tasty, nutritious, packed with protein. And Alabama peanut farmers nourish some very special things. Families, communities, and Alabama's economy. Peanuts. Good for you, good for Alabama.
Who drives your car? An athlete? A rocker? A dreamer? A survivor? A best friend? Alpha Insurance. As individual as you are.
Ugly brush piles cluttering your property? Introducing the all-new DR Chippers, now starting at an unbelievably low price. Chew up big branches that come down in storms and all the trimmings from your yard and garden. The new DR Chipper, now starting at just $699.99.
For a free buyer's guide and DVD, call 1-800-422-0482. Special pricing and free shipping are now in effect. Online at drchipper.com.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
A farmer has to live on faith. We do all we can do, but we can only control so much.
Alabama is the second largest poultry growing state in the nation, so we're trying our best to grow all the corn we can for that.
What we produce not only feeds and clothes all of the United States, but about half of what we make goes on to the world market.
We've been able to improve yields, have some things that can help us produce a better crop. I'm proud of the product we make and proud that I can say I'm an Alabama farmer.
Wood Studio is the definition of a family business. When Randy Cochran began building his unique creations back in 1986, he wanted to create furniture that would have soul and last for generations. With his sons now carrying on the business, Wood Studio is building a reputation across the country for its quality craftsmanship. Just across the street from statues recognizing Fort Payne's most famous band, you'll find the Boomtown Makers Market. a showcase of work by some of DeKalb County's finest artists and craftsmen. Today, this includes a few pieces from Wood Studio, specialist in unique handcrafted furniture.
Everything we do is hand-built one at a time. We are building modern antiques. We guarantee everything we do for 100 years, or as long as any of us is alive.
You won't find pieces like this Lookout Mountain rocker at your local furniture shop. While their work is sold through specialty retailers like the Sundance Catalog, most of their orders are built on commission. While health concerns have since caused Randy to step back from the business he created, his sons have stepped in, moving production of Wood Studio's signature line to their shop near Arley.
We have our Lookout Mountain rocking chair, we have our Burshpa swings, we have a big Wills Valley tall bar stool, we have a little Wills Valley short, it's a short footstool or sitting stool. And then we have our Winston County flying ottoman. We'll build 10 or 12 pieces at a time, so they're all numbered, dated, signed, built in a small scale production way.
Building something meant to last for generations is a labor-intensive task. Every item bearing the Wood Studio name is carefully put together by hand, using native southern woods, local materials, and classical craftsmanship.
It has kind of become an obsession of ours to try to make sure that we don't miss any corners, don't leave any scratches. Everything is basically as tight and well fitted as we can try to make it, just so that it will last for a long time, for generations to come. I think some of the early chairs probably took us close to 100 hours, and now that we've made quite a few, we've for the natural finished chairs, they generally run about 80 hours, maybe a little more.
And all of this hard work has landed Wood Studio some acclaim. Their furniture won top honors in Garden & Gun magazine's Made in the South Awards, which has resulted in a growing list of customers across the country.
We've sold Lookout Mountain rockers from coast to coast. We've sold quite a few Burshpa swings in the upper East Coast. We've got a couple of swings on Martha's Vineyard. And that came from our exposure in Garden & Gun magazine.
The Cochran brothers have enjoyed the recognition, but the pride in carrying on their father's business is what makes every hour they put into their furniture worthwhile.
When my brother and I were born, he decided he needed a rocking chair to rock the babies in, so this was his vision, that what he wanted, figured out how to make it himself. We have a personal attachment to the chair. It was a piece that we had in our house growing up, so we enjoyed turning it into a race car or a spaceship. I think when we started woodworking, we had an attachment to the chair itself, just because it turned into a part of our family.
I started out thinking that I just liked the fact of making stuff out of wood, and then I made something, and then you realize, like, man, this is the coolest part about this now is working with your family. And so, it's something that I look forward to now, really, just being able to see like what's to come for Wood Studio. So, we'll find out when we get there. We'll keep running with it until then.
In addition to their signature line of furniture, the guys at Wood Studio also do a lot of custom pieces.
And they'll do those on commission, and they can do almost anything you could think of. Cabinets, entertainment centers, tables.
Anything.
All of it. Up next on Simply Southern, cream of the crop, outstanding in their field. No matter which agricultural pun you prefer, we're about to meet Alabama's top young farm family for 2018.
One out of 4 Alabama residents have benefited from the Alabama Cooperative Extension System. Last year, Master Gardener Managed Gardens donated $150,000 worth of fruits and vegetables to food banks, and over 25,000 young people developed math, science, technology, and engineering skills through 4-H. Now what we want to know is, how can we help you?
Soybeans is a very versatile product. We make crayons out of it.
A lot of the combines you see rolling through the fields have a lot of plastic side panels that are made from a soy product.
The soybeans that we grow on our farm mostly goes into chicken feed.
Soybean production in Alabama employs over 10,000 people.
We grow some of the best soybeans in the world.
We go the extra mile to make sure when our name is stamped on it, we know it's the best product we can produce.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
Being a catfish farmer to me means carrying on a legacy that my father started about 35 years ago. It's a good way to take care of the land and provide a nutritious product for people all over the world. My name is Mary Quitman Holmes. My sister, my father, and I own this farm, Lawson Catfish Farm, in Perry County, Alabama.
For the past couple of weeks, we've introduced you to some young families who are doing an outstanding job on their farms and in their communities. Today, Kevin Worthington introduces us to Chris and Jordan Upchurch of Clay County, who were just named Alabama's Outstanding Young Farm Family for 2018.
If there's one thing that Chris and Jordan Upchurch have in common, it's that they both knew what they were going to do when they grew up. Chris is a fifth-generation farmer, and Jordan is fourth, and they both knew they were going to carry on the family tradition.
Farming's been in my blood. I grew up, going with my dad, with my granddad, through the chicken houses, through the cows, wanting to farm full time.
I'm the youngest of 3 girls, and I've always been a daddy's girl. I've gone with him from day one, and I've been the one that's kind of wanted to keep his farm in our family.
The Upchurches produce poultry and cattle on their 400-acre operation just north of Lineville in Clay County. Chris built his 3 66 by 600 mega houses just after he graduated from Auburn in 2009.
We're growing a 6-pound bird. We're keeping them 43, 45 days right now to get a 6-pound chicken. We're putting out about 900,000 pounds of meat per flock. So that'd be, right at over 5 million pounds of meat per year. Since we've had chicken houses, we've raised over 7 million chickens.
Because poultry production is such a big industry in Clay County, Chris says he's been able to diversify his operation by helping other farmers dispose of litter and prepare their houses in between flocks.
We're cleaning out houses for the local farmers, using some of that litter for fertilizer on our fields, and then in turn hauling it off 75, 85 miles, sometimes 100 miles. We haul litter, haul shavings, we can do it as little or as much as the farmer wants. The farmer can go on vacation if he wants to, and we'll have the houses ready for him when he gets back.
Chris says they also bale a lot of hay, both for themselves and commercially for other farmers. His herd of 130 brood cows has grown from the 7 he bought when he was just 10 years old. He and Jordan say they're looking forward to passing along their love of agriculture to their son Charlie when he arrives next month.
I like to see when a baby chicken comes to us, watching those chickens grow, watching that baby calf from the time it's born to the time it leaves my farm, knowing that it's going to a feed yard to be taken care of, as well as I've been taking care of it, to one day be on a plate for the consumer.
After spending the past 2 years as a 7th grade history teacher, Jordan has decided to be a stay-at-home mom when Charlie arrives.
It's all about family for us. That's my favorite thing about doing it. I worked in town for a couple of years and I enjoyed teaching. That was great, but I get to have the same effect on the future generations on the farm. Teaching people about agriculture is just as important as teaching about history in school.
As Jordan's dad contemplates his retirement, the Upchurches are making plans to expand their operation to keep the farms on both sides of the family running.
He's getting ready for retirement, and he has 11 houses, 300,000 birds on his farm. we're talking about purchasing the big farm, and upon his retirement, we're always hoping to expand our cow farm and maybe even adding a few more trucks on the road.
Alabama's outstanding young farm family, Chris and Jordan Upchurch of Clay County.
The Upchurches won a prize package valued at more than $60,000. That includes a brand new pickup truck, a new utility vehicle, and the use of a new tractor for a whole year.
And they also go on to represent Alabama in a similar competition at the American Farm Bureau Federation's 100th Annual Convention in New Orleans.
So we wish good luck to the Upchurches in that competition. Up next on Simply Southern, Sidney Phelps will show you how the Bonnie Plants mobile app can help make you a better gardener.
There's nothing quite like sitting down to a home-cooked meal with fresh vegetables from the garden. With Bonnie Plants from your local quality co-op store, you can enjoy the freshest vegetables right from your own backyard. And no matter if you're a raised bed gardener, a rose gardener, or if you farm hundreds of acres, your quality co-op store has exactly what you need to get the most out of your plants. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
What we eat, what we wear. It all starts somewhere. And if it's good, it usually starts with a farmer. And that somewhere is right here in Alabama. In a field, in a barn, on a tractor. Right now, there's a farmer starting something good for all of us. And it all starts right here in Alabama.
FFA makes a positive difference in the lives of students by developing their potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education.
We're strengthening American agriculture and providing our members with the skills needed to build healthy local communities, a strong nation, and a sustainable world.
We are the next generation of agriculture.
It's our turn now.
Let's show the world what we can achieve together.
We are FFA.
For more Simply Southern, be sure to follow us on social media. And while you're online, visit our website, simplysouthern.tv.net. Simply Southern will continue in a moment.
We believe a plant should be more than a plant. This one is. It's all you need for your garden to succeed because it's a Bonnie plant. It represents hundreds of varieties of Bonnie's quality veggies and herbs. But more, it's from generations of Bonnie people who are passionate about sharing their love of gardening with you. Look for this little Bonnie plant and a whole family of plants like it in your garden center. Bonnie plants, so you'll know how to grow.
Hey folks, Sidney Phelps here with Bonnie Plants. You know, we always end the segment by saying go to bonnieplants.com for more information or check out the app Homegrown with Bonnie Plants. Today we want to give you an in-depth look on our app and how we've updated it since the last time that you've seen it. And if you've never used the app or downloaded it, it's pretty simple. Go to the App Store or Google Play, search Homegrown and Bonnie Plants. It'll pop right up and it's a free download. This is a great tool that you can use in a tech world for gardening. So think of this as your mobile trowel. As you open up the app, the first thing that you see is a weather forecast. And this is not any different than any other weather app that you have, but it's just a forecast that allows you to help planning out your garden. So we have a 5-day forecast. If you click on the weather, it gives you a breakdown of what to expect all the way through the entire day. So you've got an hour-by-hour breakdown showing us today is going to be mostly and partly cloudy. Not too hot, so the temperatures are good if you want to get out in the garden. There's not going to be any storms coming, but you can use this as a tool to plan your garden effectively. Now, the next action that you've got is photos. So if you want to take photos of your gardens, here what you can see is the square foot garden. So if you remember that segment when we planted this is a full look at what the square foot garden looks like now, mature. So we took that a couple of weeks ago. As you go down into that, you've got a notes section. So notes is pretty neat. You can actually break down not only what's in your garden, but you can show everything that you watered, everything that you fertilized, if you had any pests. The pest is really interesting because depending on what you're growing, once you identify a pest, you can actually tie it to whatever item that it is that you spotted. So we've got aphids here. I'm going to click on this and I can actually tell
what plant I saw aphids on. So I'm going to say that I saw aphids on the pineapple sage and check mark that. That tells me that that has been done. I can also collect my harvest. I can collect the product. So if I want to check on my tomatoes, and I'm just going to say that I got 4 tomatoes and they weighed about, 15 ounces. How about that? So this is going to be a way to keep track of all of that information throughout the year. The cool thing about that is if you have something that's really performing, you're going to remember it for next year and you can go back and get it again. If you had something that was not as positive as you wanted it to be, well, scratch that and try something new. One other thing about the catalog is you can sit there and see all of these different items. So not only do we share everything that Bonnie grows, we share everything that you might want to put in your garden. Perennials, flowers, annuals, everything you can think of. You can design your garden and find things that you need for it here. As we're looking at this, we click on the artichokes. You see the image of artichoke as it's ready to be harvested. You have a way that you can take notes on the artichoke itself. You can actually take pictures, whatever you want to do there, and you can actually make it a favorite. So if it's an item that you want to have, or you can add it to your garden by simply clicking a button and saying that I want to put 2 artichokes in my garden and save that. One cool thing about this is you have all of the growth information. 48 inches apart, the amount of sunlight, frost protection, planting advice, all of the things that you need. Also, what crop that you want to rotate it out with. In this, you want to use sunflowers. So we'll back out of the catalog. You've got a location that you can find where to buy plants at. It'll geotag your location and give you the nearest store. Learn to grow. All of the advice that we give you week after week is built into this app. New advice for gardeners, how to prepare your soil, and then all the way down to how you choose. This is the easy way to find out what tomato and what pepper works best for you. So, all of this, as we always say every week, is available on the app, Homegrown with Bonnie Plants, or just go to the website, bonnieplants.com, to get all of this information and more.
BonniePlants.com has all the information you need to keep your garden growing. But if you have a question for Sidney, email him at simplysouthern@alafarm.com. If he answers it on the air, we'll send you a nice gift for your garden.
Thanks for watching Simply Southern today, but we gotta go.
I hope you'll make your plans now to join us again next week. I'm Mary Johns.
And I'm Jim Allen. We'll see you again next time.
Simply Southern is a production of the Alabama Farmers Cooperative and the Alabama Farmers Federation.